All right. Good day with Gwen, y'all. So I'm starting this thing the first time on April. No, this is May the 9th, day before Mother's Day. Oh, if that serves me correctly. Well, happy Saturday, y'all. Doing this live to, just to start, to put my first foot forward. Is what I always talk about in my podcast. So I'm not on Anchor FM right now, but I will be sharing this with my audience that is on Anchor FM. Hopefully you guys go out and come support me and subscribe and do what you can to show your girl a little love and some support. But today I'm talking about Saturday's topic is awareness. Self-awareness is my topic. And some of you may be wondering why I stress so much about awareness, self-awareness. I found it so important because not a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of us suffer from not being able to be aware of ourselves. And it's so important to be aware of yourself and the power that you come with, and to understand that it is mere self-reflection. It is mere self-acceptance, self-confidence, and practicing methods that build your self-esteem. Things like that would be meditation. That's for me. I'm speaking only from my experience. Meditation has helped me a tremendous amount, because without it, I was just thoughts, mounds of thoughts, millions of thoughts every second, every minute, every day, every hour. And it was almost like I couldn't control it. It was almost like it controlled me. So, with that being said, I bring the topic of self-awareness because without it, you're so pulled in every direction. You know what I mean? And it doesn't feel like you get a day or a chance to rest. It's always like you're tired. It's always seems like it's always something. But how often do we sit back and reflect on ourselves and ask ourselves some hard questions? Like, good question would be, why? Why do you do this? What do you do this for? What are you living for? Why are you here? And at some point in my life, I couldn't answer those questions, but now I'm beginning to see the full picture. At least the pixelations that make the picture. I don't have it all figured out. Don't get it twisted. I'm always striving to be a better person every day, and that is why I feel that self-awareness is such a positive thing to talk about. It's such greatness can come from it if we would just, reel ourselves back from time to time and actually do the things and take the necessary steps to be proactive and to be productive and to be more self-accomplished. It's one thing to get all the papers and the bragging rights, but what have you done for yourself? What have you done for you? And a lot of us don't have those friends or people or partners to talk about things that actually weigh on their hearts. And that, for me, has weighed on my heart for a long time, to be vulnerable about something that's so common among people. We just don't seem to want to have the dialogue about it, and I'm here for it. I think I have the platform to talk about it and to at least start up a part of a social revolution for self-help, for self-care, for self-betterment. Something that focuses in on us as people, as beings, as an organism. We are more powerful than what society lets on, or what it portrays, or what it tells you. And I'm here to let people know that it's not just you. You're not alone. You're not the only one who thinks things like, why is the world so cold toward people who look like me? I know this isn't about self-awareness, but for me it is, because who I am and what I look like to people has a whole lot to do with my worries, some of my rethinking, my self-doubt comes from outside influences of people who just can't seem to accept the brilliance and the resilience that copper-colored people have, brown people, And this is not just to say that my platform is for only those who look like me, but for people who have a like-mindedness, people who actually want to be unified and to be able to seek understanding of the brown and copper experience. The fact that people still don't get that Black Lives Matter is beyond me. But with my platform, I want to educate everybody in knowing that just because your ancestors did that way back then does not mean that it doesn't still hurt today. And there's a lot of people who are still living in ignorance. There's a lot of people who still won't accept the fact that the world treats us like an orphaned child. We have been shunned. We have been kicked out, almost like we're no longer human for some reason. And I can never understand how we are still there in 2020. For the life of me, I don't understand why people don't think that we don't hurt or we don't feel. It's almost like you all think we're like super beings. In a way we are. In a lot of ways we are not. And I will say that being a black woman, that it is trying. It is so demanding physically and emotionally and mentally to stay in a place of peace when everything around you is giving you hell. I live this experience. I have been living this experience for 30 years. And now my eyes have been opened to such a different time and a different place. And I want people to understand that just because the world doesn't accept us as who we are doesn't mean we no longer can accept ourselves. If we start focusing on accepting ourselves a little bit sooner in life versus later on in life, then I believe we could all get to a place of peace from within. And therefore, the outside life won't be able to, beat you up as much. We're people who've been beaten on and battered on and worse things have happened to us, but we're still going strong for some reason. And a lot of people just don't seem to like that. I don't get it. I will never understand it. But I see how we've been portrayed over the years and over centuries to come. It's time to change the narrative. It's time to change the picture of brown and black and copper-colored folks. It's time to change how we are viewed in this world. It's time to change the conversation. It's time to actually start it. It's a lot of things that we don't talk about. It's a lot of things that are hushed and swept up under the rug in the community of brown and black folk. Nobody can tell you that experience if they haven't lived it. So from my point of view, I'm going to do my best to try to bridge the gap. I'm going to try my best to start a wave of change for more peace, for more understanding and more compassion for people who bleed just like you, people who hurt just like you, people who live day to day with the same obstacles, if not more. Life isn't fair to anyone, but it really isn't fair to brown people. Go back into your history books. Go way back. It's showing. It's repeating itself. But I'm going to do my part, know my best to change it. Spread peace and love.